Welcome, dear friend. I want to begin by reminding you that you are here for a reason. You are not here by accident. You are not merely a spectator in this world. You are one of the chosen ones, someone with a purpose far beyond what you can see at this very moment. The power of divine destiny is not a distant, abstract idea. It is embedded in the very fabric of who you are. If you are feeling uncertain or lost, I want to encourage you to pause and reflect on the path that has brought you here. This moment is no coincidence. You clicked on this video because something deep inside of you, something greater than your physical circumstances, is urging you to awaken to your true purpose. There is a divine calling upon your life that has been placed in you from the very beginning. In the hustle and bustle of life, it is easy to forget who you truly are and what you are meant to achieve. But today, I want to reignite that spark within you to remind you that the power you seek is already inside you. Now, I invite you to leave a comment below with the number 77, not as a random gesture, but as a declaration that you are committed to choosing faith over fear. Faith is your key to unlocking the divine destiny that awaits you. Let this be a sacred commitment. The journey to discovering and embracing your true purpose begins now. The power within you, understanding the seed of potential. You are a living testament to divine creation. The very breath within you is evidence of the incredible power that resides inside. Many times, we go through life unaware of the immense potential we hold. We look outside ourselves for validation, guidance, or inspiration. But the truth is, everything you need to accomplish your purpose is already inside of you. God has planted a seed of potential within your heart. And that seed is your calling, your dream, your purpose. At times, it might feel dormant, like it's buried under layers of fear, doubt, or distraction. But I am here to tell you that no matter how hidden it feels, the seed is there, waiting to grow. You didn't stumble upon this video by mistake. This message is a wake-up call to help you realize that the potential inside you is far greater than you've ever imagined. It might seem that your dream is out of reach, but in truth, it's already planted in you, and God has been preparing you for this moment. Just like a seed needs nurturing, care, and patience to grow, so does your divine potential. You may not see the full picture yet, but trust that the power to accomplish all you were meant to do is already inside of you. Your destiny is not a distant hope. It is a seed within you, waiting for you to cultivate it with faith, courage, and trust. Your divine potential is real. It's not a matter of if it will happen, but a matter of when you choose to believe in it, nurture it, and step forward in faith. Faith vs. fear, the constant battle. Every day you are faced with a choice that defines the course of your life. It's a choice between faith and fear. These are the two forces that are constantly at work in your heart and mind. Faith is the force that lifts you up, empowers you, and drives you forward toward your highest calling. It sees beyond the limitations of the present moment and embraces the vision of what can be. Fear, on the other hand, seeks to hold you back, keeping you small and confined within the boundaries of what seems possible. Fear tells you that you're not enough, that your dreams are too big, that failure is inevitable. But here's the truth: fear is a liar. It thrives on keeping you in the dark, on keeping you from realizing the power you possess. Faith, however, is the light that dispels that darkness. It is the power to see beyond what the world tells you is possible and to trust in what God has already placed within you. There is no middle ground in this battle. Every thought, every action, every decision you make feeds one of these forces. Will you choose to trust in the promises that God has made to you, or will you let fear dictate your path? The world will always present you with reasons to doubt, reasons to fear, and reasons to shrink. But faith says, I believe even when I don't see it. Faith sees the invisible and calls it into being. The question is, which will you feed today, faith or fear? If you want to unlock your destiny, you must choose faith. Faith isn't just a passive belief. It's an active, intentional force that moves you forward. Every time you choose faith, you are feeding the seed of potential inside you and positioning yourself to receive the abundance that God has promised. The battle is real, but so is the power of faith. It will always triumph over fear. The divine path, how to nurture your calling. The path to fulfilling your divine purpose is not always straight or easy. In fact, it's often filled with challenges, detours, and obstacles that seem insurmountable at times. But here's the truth. Every step, no matter how difficult, is a part of the divine process of preparation. God doesn't promise an easy road. He promises to be with you every step of the way. And while the journey may be filled with unknowns, it is also filled with opportunities for growth and transformation. The key to nurturing your calling is understanding that your journey is uniquely yours, and it is divinely orchestrated. Just as a seed needs time, water, and sunlight to grow, so does your calling need time, patience, and trust. You may not see immediate results, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening beneath the surface. The work is being done on your behalf in ways that you cannot yet perceive. Trust that God is aligning people, opportunities, and circumstances to bring your dream to fruition. To nurture your calling, you must align yourself with God's will, trust His timing, and continue to move forward in faith, even when the way seems unclear. Don't let fear or doubt cause you to give up. Every obstacle you face is an invitation to grow stronger, to develop deeper faith, and to align more fully with the divine plan that is unfolding in your life. Trust that even when the path feels difficult, it is leading you exactly where you need to go. You are not alone on this journey. God is with you, and He is guiding you every step of the way. Nurture your calling by staying faithful, staying patient, and staying committed to the vision that God has placed in your heart. The divine path may not always be easy, but it is always worth it. Overcoming obstacles, strength through adversity. Life's path is rarely without its challenges. In fact, the obstacles we face can sometimes feel insurmountable. You may be standing at a crossroads, overwhelmed by the weight of doubt, disappointment, or adversity. The circumstances might seem impossible to navigate, and yet it is often through these very trials that our deepest strength is forged. I want to remind you that adversity is not a sign of failure, but a process of transformation. The struggles you face are not punishment, they are opportunities for growth. Every obstacle you encounter is a chance to develop resilience, deepen your faith, and build a foundation that will carry you through the storms of life. Remember, the most beautiful diamonds are formed under immense pressure. The challenges you face are the crucible in which your character, purpose, and calling are refined. It's easy to feel discouraged when things aren't going your way, but understand that setbacks are not permanent. They are simply part of the journey. When you face adversity, it's important to stay grounded in faith. Even in the darkest moments, know that God is at work behind the scenes, shaping you for the future He has promised. The power to overcome lies within you, but you must tap into that inner strength, trust the process, and refuse to be defeated. Don't allow the obstacles to define you. Instead, allow them to empower you. You are stronger than you think. And the challenges you face today are the stepping stones to the greatness that lies ahead. Trusting the process, God's timing, and divine intervention. In a world that thrives on immediacy and instant gratification, it's easy to fall into the trap of wanting everything now. But I'm here to tell you that God's timing is perfect, and His plans for you are unfolding at exactly the right pace. When you're in the midst of waiting for a breakthrough, it can feel frustrating, even hopeless at times. You may wonder, why isn't it happening yet? Or, am I being forgotten? But let me reassure you, the process is just as important as the destination. Trusting the process means understanding that there is a divine order at play, one that doesn't always align with our human timeline. God is working behind the scenes, even when it feels like nothing is happening. He is aligning people, opportunities, and circumstances to bring about the perfect moment for your breakthrough. Divine intervention often occurs in ways we cannot foresee, and it requires a level of trust that goes beyond what we can understand. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean that God is not at work. In fact, His work is often happening beneath the surface, preparing you for what lies ahead. Trusting God's timing is an act of faith, and it requires patience. It's in these quiet, waiting moments that your character is shaped, your faith is tested, and your trust in Him deepens. Don't rush the process. Trust that every step, every delay, and every twist in the road is part of the divine plan. When the time is right, everything will fall into place. And when it does, you will look back and see how every step was a necessary part of your divine journey. Trust the process and know that God's timing is always perfect. The call to faith, choosing faith over fear. You've heard it before, faith and fear cannot coexist. Every moment of your life presents a choice between these two forces. And let me tell you, the choice is yours. You have the power to decide whether to let fear control you or whether to step forward in faith, trusting that God will guide your every step. Fear is a thief. It steals your peace, your joy, and your potential. Fear whispers lies, telling you that you're not good enough, that your dreams are too big, and that failure is inevitable. But faith is the antidote. Faith sees the unseen, believes in the impossible, and moves mountains. Faith is the force that propels you forward, even when the path ahead is unclear. Faith doesn't require you to have all the answers. It simply asks you to trust in the one who does. Every day you must make the decision, will you feed your fears or will you feed your faith? The more you choose faith, the more it grows. The more you choose faith, the more you will begin to see the impossible becoming possible. It's not always easy. Fear is a powerful force, and it can feel overwhelming at times. But know this, every time you choose faith over fear, you are aligning yourself with the divine purpose God has set for your life. The path may not always be clear, but when you step forward in faith, you are stepping into the very life God designed for you. Choose faith today. Choose to trust in God's promises and in the truth that He has already equipped you for the journey ahead. Faith is your strength, it's your power, and it's the key to unlocking the future that awaits you. The power of prayer, aligning with divine will. Prayer is one of the most powerful tools you have at your disposal, yet it is often misunderstood or undervalued. Prayer is not just a way to ask for things, it is a way to align your heart with God's will. When you pray, you are not simply sending your requests into the void. You are entering into a conversation with the Creator of the universe, the one who knows you better than you know yourself. Prayer is an act of surrender, an acknowledgement that you cannot do it all on your own, and a declaration that you trust God to guide your steps. Through prayer, you align your heart with God's purpose for your life. You tap into His wisdom, His strength, and His peace. Prayer is a way to reaffirm your faith, to stay grounded in God's promises, and to receive guidance and strength for the journey ahead. When you are facing uncertainty, prayer allows you to center yourself, to quiet your mind, and to listen for God's voice. It's in these quiet moments of prayer that you receive divine direction, comfort, and peace. The power of prayer lies in its ability to connect you with God's will. When you pray, you are not just asking for answers. You are inviting God to work in your life in ways that only He can. Prayer aligns your heart with the divine flow, opening the door to miracles, transformation, and breakthroughs. Never underestimate the power of a praying heart. Prayer will ground you in faith, strengthen your resolve, and guide you toward the purpose you are meant to fulfill. Keep praying, keep trusting, and know that through prayer, you are aligning yourself with God's perfect will for your life. Faith in action, manifesting your dreams. Faith is not just a belief in something unseen. It is an active force that requires action. It's easy to say we have faith when everything is going well, but the true power of faith emerges when we step out and act on the dreams God has placed in our hearts. Faith without action is like a seed without soil. It's not going to grow. If you want to see your dreams manifest, you must take steps toward them, even when the path isn't clear. Too often, we wait for the perfect moment, the right circumstances, or the assurance that everything will fall into place. But faith is not about waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about trusting God even when the conditions don't look perfect. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. It is your faith in action that allows you to move forward and trust that God will guide your steps. There will be moments of doubt, moments when fear tries to creep in, and moments when you'll question whether you are on the right path. But that is when your faith needs to be most active. When you choose to keep moving forward, despite the doubts and fears, you align yourself with God's divine will and begin to manifest the dreams that He has already set before you. Manifestation is not just about wishing for things to happen. It's about stepping out in faith and trusting that, as you act, God will provide the way. Keep moving, keep believing, and trust that God's plan will unfold, as you take action in faith. The transformation journey from doubt to confidence. Transformation is not a sudden shift. It is a journey, one that requires perseverance, patience, and a deep trust in God's process. At the beginning of this journey, doubt may be your constant companion. You may question whether you are capable of achieving your dreams, whether you are worthy of the calling you feel on your heart, or whether it's even possible for your life to change. These doubts are natural. They are part of the human experience. But the key to transformation lies in how you respond to them. Will you let doubt control you, or will you let it be the catalyst for your growth? The journey from doubt to confidence is a process of deepening your faith, choosing to trust in God's promises, and embracing the power of belief. Confidence doesn't come from having all the answers. It comes from trusting that you don't need all the answers. It's about knowing that God is with you, guiding you every step of the way. As you continue to take action, as you continue to feed your faith and starve your fears, you will begin to see a shift. What once seemed impossible will become possible. Your doubts will be replaced with confidence in God's provision, in His timing, and in His plan for your life. Remember, confidence is not arrogance. It is the assurance that you are in alignment with God's purpose. It is knowing that He has equipped you with everything you need to succeed. Trust in the journey. Trust in the process, and let your transformation be a testimony to the power of God's grace and guidance. Divine rebirth, the comeback story. There are moments in life when we feel lost, broken, or disconnected from our true purpose. We may have wandered off course, made mistakes, or found ourselves trapped in cycles that seem impossible to escape. The world may try to tell us that we are too far gone, that our past defines us, and that redemption is beyond reach. But I want to speak directly to anyone who feels like they have gone too far. There is always a way back. God is the God of divine rebirth, the God who makes all things new. No matter how far you've strayed, no matter how dark your past has been, God's love is stronger than any mistake, any failure, or any regret. The comeback story is not just a possibility, it is a divine promise. Just as the prodigal son was welcomed back with open arms, so too are you invited to return to your divine calling. It doesn't matter how lost you feel, how broken you are, or how many wrong turns you've taken, God is ready to restore you. The beauty of divine rebirth is that it's not just about returning to what was, it's about becoming something new, something stronger, something more aligned with God's purpose. You are not defined by your mistakes. You are defined by the love and grace of the one who created you. The journey back may not be easy, but it will be worth it. Through every setback, every failure, and every broken moment, God is preparing you for a comeback story that will inspire and encourage others. Embrace the rebirth that God has for you. Your story is not over, it's just beginning. Conclusion: embracing your divine purpose. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want to remind you of something incredibly important. You are exactly where you need to be. Your divine purpose is unfolding right before your eyes, and while the road may not always be clear, it is always leading you to a place of greater alignment with God's plan for your life. Every step you've taken, every challenge you've faced, and every moment of doubt has been part of the divine preparation for the amazing things that are coming your way. It's time to embrace your divine purpose fully. No longer should you shrink back or doubt the greatness within you. You were chosen for this purpose before the foundation of the world. God has already equipped you with everything you need to fulfill the calling He has placed on your life. The journey will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. You are walking a path of divine significance, and every choice you make, every action you take, brings you closer to the fulfillment of that purpose. Embrace it with confidence, with faith, and with the assurance that God is guiding your every step. You are more than capable of fulfilling your divine destiny. Trust in His plan, trust in His timing, and above all, trust in yourself. The world needs you, your light, and your purpose. It's time to rise up and step into the fullness of what you were created to be. Your divine purpose is waiting for you, and it is your time to embrace it fully. Thank you for walking this path of faith with me today. Remember that no matter where you are on your journey, you are never alone. God is with you, and His plans for you are good. Keep moving forward in faith, for the best is yet to come.